Hi, how are you? What are you working on these days with your dreams, your goals, your fun? I'm still working on my jeans dream to make myself a pair of jeans. I spend a lot of time on YouTube learning how to do that. I've been watching a wonderful Dutch lady, a really good sewer, and she made herself a pair of blue jeans out of denim. But before she did that, she made 5 pairs of jeans out of muslin. I know, isn't that awesome? I mean, she's not afraid of work, is she? And there's her YouTube channel right there, Crafts with Ellen. And that video is called How to Make Jeans Sewing Tutorial. And yeah, she absolutely made 5 pairs of jeans out of muslin first. She's not scared to sew, and she certainly isn't scared of work either. She's pretty awesome. Great channel. So only you know how it's going for you, how your dreams, your goals, your sewing fun is going for you. What I can tell you about my sewing fun is that I have a lot of the pieces of muslin cut out and clipped or pinned to the actual pieces of denim that I got from cutting apart a pair of jeans. And where I'm at today is right here, making the waistband. There's the waistband, and then there's a piece of muslin that I'm going to make the waistband out. And then I have the old belt loops, and I also have to make the belt loops too. So yeah, learning how to sew and learning how to make jeans is a big part of my life. But it's not the only part. There are some other parts, like the same with you. You have other parts of your life besides only sewing or just sewing. And some of the other things I do are really far away or not really all that closely related to sewing and learning how to make an awesome pair of jeans, old guy jeans, for the old guy here. And we know that's why I play with this stuff. That's what I have to do in order to make the jeans. And you can see I've got some pieces clipped, I've got some pieces pinned, and I'm glad I got the pins without heads so I can iron over them. But just realize, what I have just realized is that ironing over the headless pins is going to put little kind of scratch marks, very light scratch marks, on the bottom of my iron, on the iron hot plate. So just a heads up for there. So what exactly do I do besides this awesome stuff? Well, the other big thing that I'm really heavily into right now is learning Latin, classical Latin, and learning ancient Greek. And my end game, because I'm almost 70 years old, and my end game is to earn a classics degree, like a 4-year undergraduate classics degree. So what I'm doing with learning Latin and ancient Greek is I'm working really hard on these 2 things, as well as I'm studying mathematics too. And I'm studying those things really intensively because in 24 months or less, I would like to attend university and start to earn my 4-year undergraduate degree. And, you know, for somebody like me that worked all his life and didn't get a degree or very much education when he was supposed to, when he was young, this is a wonderful dream. It's like learning, you know, my dream to make jeans. So that's what I'm very involved in, learning classical Latin, learning ancient Greek, and improving my mathematics skills. As part of learning that, and learning how to manage that project, because I still intend to have my active YouTube channel making videos how to make jeans and pants and those sort of things while I'm studying these subjects really hard right now, but also in say 2 years or just under 2 years when I actually start to attend university and I have to take 4 courses a semester and still maintain my YouTube channel, because I'm kind of an individual loner type of person. And one of the other books that has been very motivating and helpful to me is this book by this lady, and it's called The Procrastinator's Handbook, Mastering the Art of Doing It Now. So, clearly this is a learning channel, because that is what I do. I learn. I learn to sew. I learn to restore vintage sewing machines. I learn to make jeans. And I will be honest, I'll give you a heads up, I did actually, for almost 2 years, I audited Latin and some other courses related to Latin at Université Concordia here in downtown Montreal, Canada. So, I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm serious about this. I'm almost 70 years old, Like, I may only live to 100, so I got to get going on this. And an undergrad degree in Canada is 4 years. So it is a time investment, but I live in what the Quebecers, les Québécois, call the nation of Quebec. And if you're familiar with Canada, that's great. If you're not, you can go online and get familiar with Canada and the provinces and les nations de Québec. And that's the other thing. I'm also still studying and learning French intensively. So, I mean, this all plays into, I have a dream of a number of dreams, right? And I'm sure you do too. It may not be this stuff, because we're all at different points and places in our journeys, in our lives. But I know that, I have to become really organized, and that's great. Even though it's legal to buy and consume, I think they call it cannabis. I don't do that anymore. Unfortunately, I did do that for the past 8 years, up until a couple of months ago, and the wasting time with being a solitary partier was not conducive to achieving my dreams. This is a lot healthier for me, and I really do believe that education is an excellent form of mental therapy. I came from my family of origin. I come from dirt, It was not a positive place in the least, and that's all we're going to say about that. But now I have really unshackled my mind, my brain, and I'm ready to do some stuff. This is my desk and my computer and some of my desk junk, and this is where I sit and write this stuff down, journal this stuff out. And what I've learned in the last couple of months, since I've finally cleared my mind, my head from the smoke, is that checklists are the key to a lot of success. And as proof of that, surgeons always have lists to make sure that they are doing the surgery correctly. Airline pilots that fly jets with hundreds of people in them, they have checklists. Astronauts, they have checklists. And these papers here at my desk is where I make my checklists. I know people in my own life who are quite successful at writing books or running their lives on a daily basis. And nearly all of them use checklists to accomplish the many wonderful things they accomplish. And I also aspire to be a checklist successful entrepreneur, YouTuber, and hopefully I really intend to become a scholar by earning that classics degree. Why earn a classics degree? I like languages. I like English, I like French, I like Spanish, I like Latin. I'm intimidated and scared by ancient Greece, or ancient Greek language. It's difficult. You know, a lot of English comes from Latin. Probably 60% of English is derived from Latin, but only 5% is derived from ancient Greek. So, and I checked it out, and ancient Greek is about 12 to 15 times more difficult than Latin. So, and Latin initially to somebody like me who started with Latin about 6 years ago or so, who had no Latin experience. The Latin language is very complex. It doesn't use word order like English, and about 48% of the languages on the planet, 52% of the languages on the planet, or more maybe even, a little bit, they don't use word order. So with Latin, for example, they use declensions and cases. So it's a lot to learn initially, but if you can get it after a year or so, then it makes other language learning awesome as well. I hope you were here last time when I was talking about the Canadian jeans. The jeans that were designed, and they're manufactured, well, they were designed by a Vancouver company. A guy in Vancouver about 10 years ago did a successful Kickstarter venture, and now there's Doer Jeans, has a store in Los Angeles, USA, and Boulder, Colorado. And then they also have stores in Vancouver, British Columbia, Edmonton and Calgary, Alberta. And in Ontario they have stores in Mississauga, Toronto, and Ottawa. And here in downtown Montreal, I buy them up the street in Mile End, near the corner of Boulevard Saint-Laurent and Rue Marianne, in a family-owned department store called Shirters. And you know, even before all the tariff issues with the President Trump there, and his issues with tariffs and stuff relating to Mexico and Canada and China, and now apparently the rest of the world also. But I've always been a local buyer of whatever I need. I buy them locally, and if I can get them at an independent, local, kind of family-owned business or enterprise, that's all the better. But the jeans are made at Doer's factory in Pakistan. There haven't been any jeans manufactured in the USA or Canada for decades. Not only am I able to, and I've bought a lot of Levi's jeans. If you've been following, you know, in the last 6 or 7 months, I bought like close to $3,000 worth of clothing, and I'm not buying anything now. Today is day number 5 of spending nothing. I've really pared it back to where I was about 1.5 years, 1.75 years ago, when I saved, for me, I saved about just over $5,000 Canadian in I think it was like 76 days or something, which was a real accomplishment for me. So yeah, I've got Canadian sourced jeans as well now, and I'm also able to get Canadian made underwear, and these are that brand. I like the boxers, the ones that go down a little lower, and I don't really look like that guy. But so I'm able to get the undies, the jeans, the undies, and then the socks. These socks are made in the province that I live in Quebec, Canada. I got the gray ones and the blue ones, and they go nice with my shoes. So, and the other point I'm making here is that I haven't shopped at Amazon for decades. You know, I gave up my Amazon Prime account well over 10 years ago. And likewise, I'm not a big Costco shopper. I know a lot of people love Costco. And I know there's things that I admire or think are a good idea about Costco. But even though I live extremely close to the New York and Vermont borders, because I live in downtown Montreal, which is very close to the American border, which is great, I have not been, I don't go to the States to shop. If I go to the States, it's because I go to the States. Now, I may shop while I'm there, but I'm actually going to the States to see the States or something, or, and have dinner while I'm there. And sure, going to stores, and, there's a lot more selection in American stores than there are in Canadian stores. I've known for a long time that in Canada we only get jeans that the waist size is like 40 inches, 38 inches, 36 inches, 34 inches. It's always even inches on the waist. And I know decades ago when I was working into the Detroit, Dearborn, Michigan area 3 times a week or so, I would go to, Montgomery Ward, down to Michigan Ave and Schaefer Ave and Dearborn there, and they were selling jeans that had waist sizes in the odd inches as well, 31, 33. So sure, there's a lot of reasons why a lot of Canadians for a long time have been going to shop in the US because of there's a lot more things there as far as clothing that is available there that's not available in Canada. So I don't mean to slight any Canadians because they're avid cross-border US shoppers. But like I say, myself personally, whether it's socks, underwear, or jeans, or anything else I can get locally, I will do that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I realize that I've become all of a sudden kind of this eclectic dream chaser, wannabe goal achiever, and I'm really having to organize my life quite well because I don't want to give up my Jebb Adams sewing. Right now I'm just doing sewing on Jebb Adams. I'm not doing really any restorations right now, even though restorations at Jebb Adams is still it's a big view getter, and most of the comments I get are about still fixing machines that I started fixing, 4 years ago or more. So it's really a wonderful adventure, and I hope it is for you too. I still have my mannequin here, and her head hasn't fallen off for a while, so that's great too. But I want to wish you all the best with your stuff. And sure, if you be inclined, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you're up to today. I just want to say something about dealing with my past life, because I touched on family of origin trauma, and I have gotten help for a number of decades, whether it be therapy, actually making the effort to go and talk to a psychiatrist, and not because I was a blithering incompetent, but I really needed to get some good advice, really good scientific knowledge on how to deal with lifelong clinical depression. And what I have finally learned is that happiness is a one day at a time project. And no matter what happens to me today or my life, no matter how good or askew or lousy it gets, I am extremely well equipped to be happy through the best and worst times of my day. Yesterday's happiness is already a distant memory, and tomorrow's happiness is a promise that never appears. It's always in the future. The only day that I can be genuinely happy is right now, in this moment, in this day. And making these YouTube videos is really making me happy. I hope that you're happy here watching this video, as good or as incomplete as it may seem, or whatever. It is what it is, and it comes from the heart. You might hear me slapping my hand on my heart or my chest there, but you know what? It is about having fun and learning and life improvement and accepting ourselves and just getting through the day happily and accomplishing, having that list and knocking the things off that list each and every day and accomplishing our happy dreams and goals. So I'll bid you adieu for now. And I'll be back probably in less than 7 days. So thanks for being here. You know, I love you for showing up. It means everything to me. I hope you realize that. And I'll make it short. Have a great day. We'll chat soon. Adios, amigos.